Hello, I am Bentham and welcome back to Kingdoms and Castles in the dignified kingdom of Dragonstone, where we're looking upon our kingdom as the harvest comes in, apparently, from our fortress. Where last episode we were working on expanding quite rapidly towards, hopefully, the goal of 5,000 population, though I don't know if we can get there. The amount of space we have is maybe not enough, it's hard to say, but there are a couple of things we can do about that. When the time comes to make the run for 5,000, we can just start demolishing a bunch of buildings that we don't necessarily need to keep the 5,000 population going. So I was before trying to work out if we had enough space to get more people, but what I didn't account for is that we could just remove all of these, like all the central parts of the blocks, and that would get us a bit more space, and then we can get rid of like blacksmiths and stuff, and quarries and things like that, and I think ultimately we can probably make it, but it won't be pretty and it possibly won't be maintainable, but that doesn't matter. All that matters is getting there, getting the achievement, and then we're all good. And I have checked, it is an achievement to get 5,000, and if I get that far, I will have all the achievements, which is nice. So, last episode, let's go back up to triple speed. Last episode, the last thing we did was not get invaded by Vikings, which is happening now, so let's go look at that. I imagine it'll be fine. I'm not even going to slow down time. We'll see if they can make any progress. They might knock down a wall, because they do have the catapults. They do like to focus them down. For some reason, no ogres this time, so that's neat. Yeah, it seems like we've got them covered. Oh, that might fall. Nope, nope, the guy shooting at it is gone. And the remaining ones are all shooting at their own particular walls. And divided they fall. It's their own fault. And there they go. Is there any more? Nope, we're done. Alright, back to what we were doing. Yes, so we were chopping down trees. I need to demolish the woodcutters to make sure more trees don't grow, and then just start ordering the chopping of all the ones I missed before. It's going to take a couple of passes to get them all because I keep misclicking and just not bothering because it'll just make a mess. Now there's still trees growing, that's the thing. The more trees we cut down, the quicker they'll regrow around other trees. So it is a bit of a problem, but we'll get there. Every time there will be less, and then we'll start putting our farms in. In the meantime, I've spotted that food wasn't great, but it seems to be recovering fairly nicely. It was at like less than 3,000 before, it's now more than 4,000. That could just be that the variation as the year progresses is that big, but we are apparently gaining some. Losing a lot to exposure, that's a good sign, because it means that if we just build houses in the right place, we'll get them fed without needing to build more farms. Really, I've focused the farms too much in this one location. I need to sort of surround this with houses, probably, to balance things out. Otherwise, it's just going to be a lot of food not getting harvested. Alright, let's take another pass at this. Whoops. I keep missing, and then I can't click because I've clicked on... There we go. I've clicked on something else. Well, I've made a window appear in the way. Alright, I think that's everything ordered. What I've also noticed is charcoal is horrifically dying, and we urgently need more, so I'm going to build some charcoal makers probably around here, because this is where the charcoal issue is. So, for now, I'm just going to plonk a couple here. I don't know why I shouldn't have rotated that one. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm just going to build 4 and see what that does for the balance of things. Might move them later, but for now, these houses are probably in urgent need of... apparently not. This one's got 12 out of 10, but generally I think there's going to be an urgent need for charcoal pretty soon. Yeah, we're dropping by nearly 40 a year, basically how much we have, so hopefully we can get those built and get them running, and that will be enough to tip the balance again. I would reckon so. Yeah, already it's fixing, so that's good. Yes, so this is all cleared out now. There's piles of wood for the charcoal burner, so that works out fairly nicely. Now, how to divvy it up. There's some terrible barren land over here, so perhaps we'll not even include that in the farmland. Because really that is just too consistently bad to justify... Whoops, fire's claimed a manor. Keeps happening over here. It's annoying. Right. Still, there's no rebuild button. I've got to manually demolish stuff and place it again. Right, as we were. So, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a road. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a road. That works out very nicely in my book. I think that's what we'll go for. So it's here. And what was it here? Yep. paves over some of the crappy land, and then this stuff's out here, and we'll just pretend it doesn't exist and build more houses or whatever. Hospitals, granaries, that sort of thing. How's the food holding up? Continuing to improve. Not by a huge amount, but it is going up, which is very nice. Alright, let's just plonk everything down here. Fortunately, got a lot of really good tiles to put windmills on top of, but ultimately it still makes numerical sense to do it this way. Maybe not this one. That's literally just 3 farms, so I don't think that is at all worth it. That one's 4 farms. I think it's just about worth it. I'll have to double check, actually. Yeah, let's just do the... Whoops. Do the middle ones for now. And then we'll double check on the outer ones, because it might not be quite worth it. Yeah, we'll leave that and take a look at it. I'll even actually cancel the construction of this one. Over here we've got a nice solid block of it. No gaps for wasted potential. So that's nice. And well, it doesn't mean we don't have anywhere to put wells, but there's plenty of other places for that. There we go. We'll plonk a well over in this corner because it seems like a good idea. You know what? We'll have one up here as well. Another well as well. All's well that ends well. And various other well-based puns. Now, how do we make the irrigation fit? Also, we should probably build the actual farms. Let's do that. I did briefly forget that we do need farms to grow food on. Windmills don't just magically generate food out of wind. So we'll fill all these in. And then we'll work out where to put our Noria and our reservoir, because I'm not sure. Not sure if there's a good spot for them to fit in, really. Because we're already stretching it with where this one is. I'm gonna double check the numbers because I've forgotten. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we definitely have 14 we can do out of the Noria. But is that enough? And can we connect from the side of the Noria? Yes, we absolutely can. That is helpful. We can use the Noria as part of the chain. So we got this one over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're up to 10 there. Let's see where the reservoir needs to be. To get coverage on all the farmland, it needs to be here. Or here. That would also do. That's not too bad, just in place of one of the windmills. And then it would be 11, 12, 13. Yep, that would be good enough. It's just a case of working out where to put the Noria itself. We'd miss a tile here, and perhaps that's worth it because it means we're getting rid of... And it's only a difference of 1 food per year because that tile isn't covered. But getting rid of this instead of that is probably beneficial because that gives us currently 9 food per year, whereas this gives a bonus of 2 to everything, which is 10. So putting it there actually makes more sense, even though it leaves that tile out of it. So I think that's what I'll do. So delete that. And for some reason I missed a farm there. So in fact it's 6, so yeah, it definitely makes sense. And then we'll have our reservoir here. Then it's just a case of working out where the Noria goes. I wonder if we can get away with having it this far down. It only needs a single tile of water, doesn't it? Yep, that's what I did over there, that ridiculousness. You can't even see the water that's spinning that wheel. But we're all about efficiency, not aesthetic at this point. Space is too valuable to mess about, so I'm thinking Noria here, water here. Might still be too much of a diversion. Actually, I don't think it is. I think that works. It does mean getting rid of 2 windmills for the aqueducts, and if we can avoid that, that'd be wonderful. Let's try. We'll try building it. We'll see how it works. If it doesn't work, we can change it. So we'll delete that. Then we'll delete that. Then we will build our Noria. It's going to look dumb, but we've just got to deal with it. Then the aqueducts. So they come out from here, and I'd like them to go across here if I can. Fortunately, there's a stone in the way, and I don't want to demolish it because it might be pointless to do so. It does that, and then... Oh, can it connect here? I probably can't. Let me look. What does it look like? It doesn't look like it should connect, but I can try building one just to see if it'd work. Because that would be good to know. We wouldn't have to demolish any windmills. If that was the case, we could just run straight up to there, connect there. That'd be nice. Of course, it's going to take them forever to build that thing, so in the meantime, we can get on with other stuff. How's the charcoal doing? It is building up once again. We have more than balanced it. That is nice to see. Perhaps it's time to build more houses, because the food is... It's not building up fast, but it is building up. We can build more houses without running into issues, but at some point, we will. What I'm going to do, I think, is get rid of this stockpile, which is full of what? Insane amounts of tools and armaments. And iron. Absolutely crazy amounts. We're going to demolish this. We're going to start making more houses out here, so... There you go. You can get on with carting all that stuff anywhere but here. It's going to take years, I'm sure. You need to shut down, at least for the moment. In fact, you're going. I'm going to delete you. I'm going to delete this. I'm going to delete all these roads and this well. And once the trees are chopped down, we'll build a couple of houses. And we're not allowed to build one there. Oh, clear the trees first? There's a tree in here? One of them managed to sneak in there. We'll also have a house here. Have one here. I'm doing all these backwards, aren't I? I think I am. I think that's wrong. I don't know if it matters, but I would like it to match up with everything else. I don't know if that one's correct or not. We'll see in a moment. Yeah, it's the right way around. So there we go. That's another 100 people. Every little helps. And this block is now complete, which is very nice. We can actually build a quarry. Up here. So that's alright. Ultimately, we got the same number as we had before, I think. Fortunately, we're down a well, but... Well, what can you do? Managed to fit another one in. Alright, so the Noria, it's still being built. These things just take forever. And the thing is, I can't find out if that rock thing works. I'm just going to have to connect around it and then see if it gets to, like, here. And if it does, then it's close enough. I suspect that this won't connect up, so that's another bit of awkwardness. We'll just have to have it run this way and then do that. What I could do... Actually, it wouldn't make much of a difference. If I had the water here instead and it facing this way, I'd have to have an extra aqueduct there, meaning the range would be a little bit reduced. So I don't know if that would really work out ultimately. Right, what to be doing next? Perhaps more granaries are in order? Definitely seems like we need them. How much? Oh, we're losing 600 to exposure. Yeah, these new farms made no difference because the food is not able to get to where it's going. Yeah, look at this. This is terrible. We need a whole bunch of granaries and probably also markets to make this work. So we'll build a couple more granaries first. On here, facing the farms. Then we'll just spam a couple markets down here somewhere, just to transport the food away, generally. Let's just see what happens if we build these two here, if that is able to get things being moved. And what we need, absolutely, is houses around here. There we go, the Noria is operational. It does not connect up to that, so we'll have to demolish that and go the other way. So, aqueducts going up here to here. Demolish this. We can build a farm at its place, so it's not too terrible. Run those across, build the farm. And we'll wait till that's built and that's connected up. Then we'll try connecting up this one and see if the water can make it. If not, we'll see what we can do. In fact, does it not make sense to have the reservoir further down because of how we're planning this? We can move it down 2 more, actually, before it stops having coverage over here. So it makes sense, at the very least, to move it down by 1. So I am going to demolish that. And demolish this. and demolish this and build a farm up here and a reservoir here. Because that is overall beneficial, and it's much more likely that we'll be able to connect it up. What are we looking at now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, we're still actually quite close. I think if we try and sidestep around this, we won't be able to make it. But we'll test it when the time comes. In fact, we'll start building it now, because it's going to take a while to be put together. But I imagine that I will have to remove the iron, and I don't know if that's a huge issue. There's more iron around that we're not making use of. Overall, iron is still increasing. Which makes no sense, because we're gaining 21 iron and using 21 iron, and that is not a net gain of 5. How does that work? Well. There we go, this one's connected up, everything's irrigated now, and I'm going to start building the farms. I don't know if it'll actually, the problem is that if we build the new ones, if we build this stuff connecting over here, we might lose the water in this reservoir, and then lose these farms again, which would be awkward, but we'll build them, and then hope it works. And soon enough that'll be built, so we're also waiting for the reservoir itself to be built, seeing as we moved that. Currently we have precisely 2,500 beds, and I imagine our population never manages to reach that because of the people constantly dying of old age. We have 663 people currently just sat around not doing anything. Also, these farmers are trying to... They're just walking through farms. Actually, I wonder if farmers have a bonus to movement on farm. They absolutely don't. The speed boost they get as soon as they're past that. Surely it makes more sense to follow this. I'm gonna have to do some rearranging of roads here. That was... seems a bit ridiculous. Is this done? Oh, yep. Yeah, it doesn't connect up. It's short by 2, which means if we remove this rock, we can do it. So I will build a rock removal. For now, I guess I'll deconstruct these. And once the rock removal is done, we'll build that aqueduct, and we'll have a connection to that. Everything will be irrigated. All will be good in the world. We'll have a little bit of extra food. Not that it will actually get where it's trying to go. We're now losing 1,000 to exposure each year. Yep, we need houses. Let's just do it. I'm going to demolish this hospital, which is never a good idea. I'm just going to start building manors along the side. Because it's the only way we're going to be able to make good use of our food. These are basically going to be free manors, because the food that they're getting is otherwise going completely to waste. There's a bit of a space there for the moment. We'll build something in it. Don't know what. Charcoal makers, maybe? No, they'll hate that. Something else. We'll decide. And we'll just do a similar thing all the way along here. Unfortunately, because these are 5 wide, it doesn't really line up nicely. There's a lot of wasted space. We'll just have to deal. I've got no consistency in how I'm positioning these either. Also, these people are going to be unhappy because they're not going to have churches and things like that. We could perhaps deal with that, make use of the extra space to remove 1 manor, and then we can build the church and libraries and taverns and stuff. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, it's free housing, so why not do it? It will cost me no extra food. What was that noise? Oh, was that the rock removal? It was. Complete the removal. And construct... I like how you get a bunch of iron from it, that's neat. Construct the aqueduct. And a farm. And when that's done, we'll have even more food. Crazy amounts more, really. And yeah, this is going to give us 300 more population. The current goal that I'm working towards at the moment is 3,500 population. That will give us the next level. As I think I've looked at them now. After ignoring the achievements for so long so that I would be surprised when they came along, I finally looked to see if 5,000 was the ultimate goal. And so in the process I found out that the next step is at 3,500, which we're approaching. We'll be 700 away, which is not negligible, but achievable. And yeah, we're going to have to work on efficiency a fair bit more. We need more windmills here. It makes sense to have more of them. This is currently producing... Oh, it's producing 12 per year, actually. Yeah, this has just got all the perfect stuff for it, so replacing it with a windmill would actually result in a net loss of 2. With this one, net loss of 1. With this one, it will be exactly equal. With this one, it would be a loss of 2. So, fair enough then, I won't build any more. Are there anywhere that does make sense to do that? How about here? We'd be swapping 12 for 12. How about here? We can't because the aqueducts are in the way. And even so, it will be 12 for 12. Huh. Maybe I should reconsider on some of the other ones then. How about this one? This is 12 for 12. This is 10 for 8. Definitely not. This one is 12 for 12. Perhaps I've been overzealous here then. Perhaps some of these were going to be good enough with irrigation added that we didn't want to have a constant line of them. Especially in any places with disruption like the edges here. In fact, yeah, this one's only providing for 3 farms. And this one for 4. I reckon we can beat that by having just farms in their place. Oh, there's a dragon. Can we spot it in time? No, it's dead. Every time. Yeah, this is a very fertile land. We shouldn't have windmills on here at all. With this one, hard to say. We'd need to know what the land is, and we can't look because there is a windmill on it. We'll just have to look close. It might be very fertile. Yes, I think it is. So that will give us 12. Well, that's good. We can squeeze a little bit more out of the farms we already have. Well, that was on a pier, so that's definitely fine. That one is on very fertile land, so that can achieve 12. So we'll demolish that and build a farm there too. Very good to see, and yeah, we'll definitely leave the edges on these then. I think that does make sense. There we go, that's connected up now. We'll build our 1 farm. Oh no, 2 farms. 2 farms that needed a reservoir to be there. Of course, it is also giving everything a bonus of 1, so it is definitely worth it in all cases. And we are about at the end for today. Nice bit of progress, couple hundred more people. We're up to 2,800, which means our population is at 2,500. Happiness has dropped because there are people who don't have access to a library. We can fix that easily. Let me see. Town, library. I think, yeah, we'd need 2 of them. But that's not a problem. Let's build them up here. Or in this case, nowhere along there, apart from where that well is, we'll just build it there. And then they should be happy again, at least once they're built. Yeah, I mean, when we get towards the end, we can do stuff like dropping the taxes to nothing, potentially. Well, we are still paying a lot of money to other things. But yeah, currently we can, if we dropped it to 1 per year, it would not be enough. We'd be paying too much to soldiers and stuff, but I might be able to do something about that. Might be able to do something about the outer wall when the time comes to, when we need like every little bit of space we need. We may have to potentially remove some of that outer wall to make room for houses, and that will be an interesting time, most definitely. But that is all we have time for today, so I shall say goodbye. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time.